Do you know what your net worth is today?
No idea.
If you had to guess.
Probably like 5 million?
No.
20 million?
No.
5 to 20? 5 to 20?
No, it has to be more than that.
I will go to my statistics.
Hold on. Dude, my heart's like speeding up a little bit.
You know how much money she makes an hour?
Oh, this is a slow month. In July, she only made $3.4 million.
How much were you making that very first month?
I think I was making like 100,000. I think my first month I made 100,000.
What was going through your mind?
Oh my God, I'm gonna buy the entire world. It was just crazy because I couldn't believe that you could even make this much.
What's one of the biggest misconceptions out there that people say that you're like, oh my gosh, this is not true?
I don't really care like what gets put out there about me because I have thick skin. Obviously, people are gonna say what they want to say and they're gonna believe what they want to believe because they hear certain things, but they don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Have you ever done anything that is truly financially irresponsible?
Yes.
Which is? Sophie Rain, thank you so much for coming on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast.
Thank you for having me here.
You've gone viral so many times. I've seen you on my feed because of this clip. You're with David Dobrik. You show him your OF earnings.
Yes.
How much have you made so far on OF?
The last time I checked, of all time?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was 100 million.
Can we see that?
Of course.
I just want to see what that looks like.
This has been just like a big thing that everyone's arguing online about, that it's not fake and everything. So I'm going to show you guys here in person that it is real.
Are you not worried about showing people how much money you make?
Definitely was a big concern of mine, but at this point, like, it's out there. I've been trying to prove for so long that this is how much I'm actually making and no one believes me. So I'm on the site and you can see that I'm not faking anything. I'm going here. I will go to my statistics if it will load. And then this is the last 30 days. I'm going to hit all time. And these are the two. Like, so this is the gross.
There's just, wow.
And then, like, you can see that it's not a screenshot. It's real.
Hold on. Dude, my heart's like speeding up a little bit.
Okay, that's just completely unbelievable. From what I can tell, it seems authentic.
I mean, it's real. I don't see why.
What are people saying? Why are they saying you're making it up? Or how can they claim that you're making it up?
They say that I'm photoshopping it and everything and that I'm lying about how much I make just because, I don't know, I want to seem cooler, I guess. But I have no reason to lie. Everything I put out online is intentional. Like, I wouldn't, lie to anyone about that.
Does that worry you, though? But showing that much money and then now you become a target to people.
I mean, not really. I have a really good financial advisor that like keeps me in lock, and most of my money is in investments. So like, I'm not really too worried about
And what about the 𝗪𝗓𝗡 situation where someone tried to like break in and like steal your crypto?
I'm not into crypto. I'm not in crypto.
The idea out there is that you make more than LeBron James. What do you think about that?
It's honestly unbelievable. I'm waiting every single day to like wake up from this dream because it just doesn't seem real. But, we're on we do very different things, obviously. And I think that he's a great basketball player and he deserves as much wealth as he gets. But, we're just two top earners. I don't know.
So this makes you the top earner of OF.
I believe so, yes. I mean, obviously, I don't know just because other people don't put out how much they make. But it says like on OF that I'm in the 0.1%.
What do you think is the biggest misrepresentation of who you are?
Right now, I think a lot of people believe that I make money off of my friends in the Bophouse. That is a big misconception. I don't make money from anyone besides myself. I think that we're all just there to kind of support each other and, help each other raise our income. And I think that gets miscommunicated to the audience that I'm making money off of them because I'll sit there and I'll repost all of their posts. I'll post it like as if it was mine or something, just trying to get more traction on their pages. And that's all I'm trying to do is just support my friends. But people think that I'm making money off of them, and that is not true whatsoever. A lot of people also think I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant.
Where did that get started?
I think I got like just a little heavier. I was eating good one week, and then people said I was pregnant. But I'm not pregnant.
Do you lean into that sometimes to be like, oh, maybe I am. I don't know.
No.
And then but doesn't that get more traction?
It definitely would. I was thinking about it, but then again, I try to be as real as I can with my audience. So I was like, just not a good idea.
So to earn over $100 million does not mean that you have $100 million because there are platform fees and then, of course, taxes.
Of course, yes.
How much do you pay in taxes?
I pay a lot in taxes. I pay 37% of federal taxes, and I paid I made $83 million last year. total. So I paid 37% of that.
And then what do you do with like $40 million left over?
I invest it. So I have currently, I'm in the process of getting 3 properties. I have 2, about to have a 3rd in Florida, and I invest it in as much as I can. I'm right now investing into my farm. I have cows that I take care of. That's my dream, is I want to own like a cattle ranch. So I have 12 cows right now that I'm working with on 20 acres, and that's what I do in my free time.
I'm just honestly in complete shock and like dismay because these numbers they're insane.
We meet with some of like the best
entrepreneurs,
most respected business owners out there who have built their entire career, 30
like
years.
Rappers,
then they have like $200 million, but it's taken them like 30 years to get that with like prudent investing.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And I think that's like where a lot of the misconception also comes with OF is that, you know, obviously everyone thinks that it's an adult site, but it's not an adult site. You can do anything with your content on there. It's just a subscription page. So I know people who have cooking channels on there and they sell their recipes. And I think that's the great thing about you can do whatever you want on there and make a living off of it. And it's just the new digital world nowadays. Like it's constantly evolving, and I think it's great because people can come on here without having to invest $5 million into this one company trying to get 10% stock or whatever. You can make your own income just being you online.
I mean, Graham had an OF for a while.
Oh my gosh, I did briefly.
Did it do good?
No.
Oh no.
I shared stock tips and like basically what I was buying personally. I was dollar cost averaging into the markets.
Right.
And I said, hey, as a joke, I'm going to start an OnlyFans and I'll post what I'm buying on there. And I got a few people that signed up, but they all wanted pictures of me.
So interesting.
And then they just immediately unsubscribed.
Did you send any pictures?
No.
Oh.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Some dude wanted Jack's shoes.
Yeah, a guy offered to buy my shoes. They asked for feet pics, like online.
There's something for everyone out there. You know, people are constantly trying to find their niche, I think.
And what were you doing before OF?
I was a server. I served for 2 years at a restaurant. It was a little mom and pop Italian place. I hosted, I cooked, I bartended, I served. I was, full range. I could do everything there.
Did you enjoy that life?
Oh my God, I loved it. I loved it so much. My friend had to beg me to quit so I could focus on social media.
So why would you then pivot to social media if that was a life that you truly claim to love?
I pivoted to social media because I saw a lot of my friends doing it. And honestly, I wanted something out of my life because I knew I couldn't serve forever. Obviously, that's just not something I wanted to do. And I grew up in a very poor household. My parents were constantly paying, living paycheck to paycheck. And I wanted to make money. And obviously, social media, I was thinking, is the way to go because it was right after COVID. Everyone, that's when everyone was blowing up on TikTok and everything. And I was like, you know what? I could do this. I think I would be fine. I have pretty thick skin. I think I could do it. And ever since then, it's been history.
Did you worry about the stigma with all the time?
100%. It was obviously a concern. A lot of people, they know what OF is, obviously. But I think that my main goal here is to try to dissolve that stigma just because you can do anything on the site. And it's not always I don't do any hardcore stuff on the site. And I think that a lot of people have that misconception just because they hear the word OF and they immediately think Bonnie Blue, stuff like that. But I love the site. You can do anything you want on there. And, there's room for everyone.
Why did you do so well?
I think it was a lot of consistency. Another thing that I've noticed, being around a lot of other girls in the industry is I don't really care what gets put out there about me because I have thick skin. Obviously, people are going to say what they want to say and they're going to believe what they want to believe because they hear certain things, but they don't know what happens behind closed doors. And I know in my heart what I'm doing, and that makes me happy. So I don't really care about what people say on my behalf online.
And so you quit the serving job to do OF or to do social media? Okay, so it was directly from that to OF.
Yes.
And then why did you?
I started social media first, and I was posting on TikTok for probably a good 2 months, 3 months, just gaining some traction. And then once I had a big enough audience, that's when I started.
So how big of an audience did you have?
It wasn't major. I think maybe 1 million followers on TikTok.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It was great. I'm grateful for everything, and I'm so happy to be where I am today, and it's because of all of my fans. But yeah, I started doing TikToks at first. And then I did.
And then when and why did you decide to do OF?
Well, my sister was doing OF, and a lot of my friends were also doing it. My cousin 𝗖𝗢𝗧𝗛, she was doing it, and I asked them. I was like, what is it? Because I didn't know what at the time. They were all doing it, and I wanted to try it out, and I did it, and I fell in love with it. It was a lot of fun. I found self-love doing that, like being on the site, because at first, like, this was right after COVID, like I was depressed, obviously, and like everyone was just stuck inside. It was a crazy time, and I hated myself, and I started OF, and I'm so happy now. Like I'm so glad.
What did you hate about yourself?
I mean, I was in high school, obviously, just like cliche teenager stuff. Like I didn't like the way I looked, and I feel like everyone thinks that about themselves, obviously. But doing this, like, I've just found a lot more self-confidence. Like I would never be here 2 years ago. Like I could not do this.
Why is that?
Just because I was insecure, I was scared. But like growing up and being on the website and doing social media, like it really has taught me a lot, and I'm so happy where I am. And I wouldn't change it for anything.
So the other people doing OnlyFans in the beginning, what were they making? Were they showing you their earnings and saying like, "Hey, just made like $6,000"?
Not really. I don't think anyone showed me their earnings directly. But I've obviously, like, I've heard word of mouth, like, Cardi B's on the site, she's making $800 million or whatever she's making. And like, I thought that I could take that avenue and make some money. And here I am.
On the topic of confidence, I'm curious, is it the money? Like to have FU money? Does that make you confident? Because a lot of people, it does. So that would be totally reasonable because you have nothing to lose. You can just insulate yourself with your finances. Or is it through all of the failures that you went through in order to get to this point, the hate that you see online, you've had to develop a shell? What would you say it is?
I honestly think it's the people who truly support me. Like the good comments that I see a lot of people that love me, and they comment like, I'm so beautiful or whatever. And I think those comments, obviously helped me learn to love myself a little more. But also just growing up, like I'm a little older now. I know a lot more. That I've learned so much doing this. I've learned more than I've ever learned in school. Like I never knew, about taxes and all that stuff. I know how to do all this stuff now. I have a really great financial advisor who, shows me everything step by step, how I should use my finances and what I should invest in and stuff like that. So I definitely think it has a little bit to do with the money. But I also think that it's just, I found who I am by posting online, because obviously in the beginning, like I was just doing these little TikTok dances, and now I'm kind of evolving more into my own personality online, and people love that. And I think that definitely boosted my confidence, just knowing that like people are actually supporting me and they love me for who I am. And I'm just,
a lot of people, they do not like receiving those sorts of compliments. Like from some women, yes, sometimes I do surprisingly talk to women. Those women have said to me that they don't like it when they're like walking on the street. Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you look nice today or whatever. What makes this any different? How have you utilized that to gain confidence instead of the other people that sometimes do not like it?
Well, I think that regardless, like people are going to say what they want to say at the end of the day. Like you can never, if I'm going to walk on the sidewalk, of course someone's going to yell at me. That's just society nowadays. And I think that instead of like looking at it in a negative light, you just keep walking, move on with your day, take the compliment. Like it's okay. Now, obviously, if it's something crazy like catcalling and like, oh, they're like blah, 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 obviously like that's a little crazy. Don't do that. But I feel like it's different on social media also, because like on social media, I'm obviously intentionally posting for those compliments,
You know what's hilarious? I'm going to get reamed for saying this, but you remind me of 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪𝗧. And let me justify it, because do you know who 𝗪𝗓𝗧𝗪𝗧 is?
Our world. 𝗪𝗓𝗧𝗪𝗧 is like the god of business.
Okay.
Business, entrepreneurship, finance, stuff like that. His wife, 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪𝗧, she came on the podcast. We were talking about being impervious to like the world around you. And if people say mean things, you're like, whatever, I'm going to continue doing my own thing. She gave a story where she's walking with Alex. Someone bumps into her and they say, watch out, skinny bitch. And a lot of people can be like, oh, what the heck? And like spike their cortisol and get all angry and escalate the situation to a place it doesn't need to go to. Or in her case, she was just like, that's funny, you think I'm skinny.
Yeah,
and so she took it as a compliment. And because of that, the situation ended up resolving itself, and everything was totally fine. And it's just about being impervious to like any sort of stimulus, like turning anything into a positive experience.
I agree. And that's what I try to do all the time, because like I think that's the only way I get through things, just because like I know what it's like to be depressed and sad. I've been in and out of depression, and I just don't want to live my life like that. Like why would I try to make myself stressed? Why would I try to make myself feel bad about something someone else said? Because like clearly they have something going on in their life that they're, I think that we just need to spread more kindness around, because there's just so much bad going on in the world anyways.
People usually writing the hate comments are always trying to punch up at someone else who's doing better than them. And it's never the people who are doing better than you who are like, oh, I want them down.
I just...
Usually.
Yeah.
When you decided to do OF right in the beginning,
Yes.
how much were you making that very first month?
I think I was making like 100,000. I think my first month I made 100,000.
What was going through your mind? Were you making 100,000?
I could not believe it. I genuinely could not believe it. I thought that like, oh my God, I'm gonna buy the entire world. Like obviously, like I went from having no money to 100,000 in my first month on. And I think that it was really eye-opening. It was just crazy because I couldn't believe that you could even make this much through being on the internet. But I'm just very grateful, and I'm very happy where I am. It was a lot of work.
So I noticed a lot of bling on you right now. I see the SR on your fingers. I don't know what watch that is, but I'm assuming that's not fake gold.
No, it is.
What watch
It's
is
fake
that?
gold?
Everything's from Amazon.
Really?
Everything is
Is
from
the S?
Amazon.
I was about to
Yeah.
ask if it was fake,
Nope.
but like
These are fake. Everything. This is like the only real piece I have, I guess you could say. And I got it from Revolve. It was like $120.
So that's
Wow.
actually so real because no one would ever assume that you're wearing fake jewelry.
Oh no, I wear fake jewelry.
So you can get away with it. Just buy all fake and everyone would assume it's real.
Yeah.
I don't believe in like buying like real jewelry like that just because I also lose jewelry like no tomorrow. Like this is not going to exist next week. Like I'm going to just misplace it and forgot where it was and lose it. So I don't spend a lot of money like on good jewelry just because I know I'm going to lose it.
It's no secret that short-form content is here to stay, but manually clipping and editing takes hours that you could be using to focus on other parts of your business.
that is why we're so excited to partner with OpusClip. OpusClip is the ultimate solution to growing your audience fast with short-form content.
OpusClip finds the best moments from your video and instantly generates multiple clips that are ready for social media. Seriously, guys, it has never been this easy to consistently post short-form content.
And OpusClip could write captions to save you even more time. It automatically reframes and optimizes your videos, making them ready for any platform.
And now that they have a mobile app, you can clip literally anywhere at any time.
Seriously, guys, OpusClip has helped us out tremendously for clipping up our content for the Iced Coffee Hour and bringing us a lot more traction to the videos.
If you're ready to streamline your business, OpusClip is absolutely perfect for you. Check out OpusClip at opus.pro/ICH. That is opus.pro/ICH.
Thank you again to OpusClip for sponsoring our show, and now let's get back to the episode.
But in that first month when you made the $100,000, you said you wanted to buy the world. What did you spend that money on?
I think my first purchase was like a designer bag. I bought my first official designer bag. I think it was YSL. And ever since then, that's like one of my main things I spend money on is my purse collection. I have a purse collection. And I think it's from like, cause like growing up, I wasn't able to buy anything I wanted, you know, like I didn't have any extra money, obviously, because my parents didn't have any extra money. So we just, you know, I went to school, went to sleep, went to school, went to sleep. Like we didn't go out and do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like having money, I immediately obviously wanted to go spend it. And I did. I bought a lot of purses, which
In your first month?
in my first month.
How many purses?
I think I bought 7 in my first month.
And
From
why?
where?
I love bags.
From where?
Louis Vuitton, Gucci.
Did they give you a deal when you buy so many of them?
No, I wish.
What, if you buy like 10, you don't
You would
think that you would
think.
just say, hey, give me a little discount? I'm spending $100,000?
You would think.
How much did you spend that first month?
Ooh, like, I don't know off the top of my head, but it had to have been around like 50, like definitely like half of it. Like I went crazy.
Oh.
Did it feel good?
It felt really good. It felt really good. It was great just because like, I don't know, it was different. Like I've never had money before in my life. So like being able to actually like buy something I wanted to buy without, you know, having to just want it. It was amazing.
How quickly did your lifestyle adjust to those earnings? And your mental as well. Like at what point were you like, okay, I am making this amount of money. This does not feel like it's a dream.
Honestly, probably like around a year ago, like it became very real for me because I just bought my first house a year ago. Before then, I was just living in apartments, going back and forth. But I bought my first official house, and that's the 20 acres that I live at now. It's my farm. And I think that was like the main eye opener. Like, oh my God, I can afford a house. Like I never thought I was going to ever be able to buy a house one day. And now I own 2. So it's
How much was the house?
My house that I live at currently was 1.3.
And what about the 20-acre one?
That's
where
the
That's the
20
20 acres. Wow, it's
20
a
acres was 1.3. And then
Not
I
a
have
bad
a lake
price.
house that was 2.3.
How do you ensure that people don't find the address of the house and like show up?
They do.
They do?
Mhm, they
Do you have 24-hour armed guards, security and everything?
I do, yes. I do.
How often do people show up?
No one has showed up yet, but I've gotten lots of threats to show up. And I've been swatted before at my house. I've had police called multiple times. It's just living in the state of Florida. Everything's public record. So
What's that like, getting swatted?
oh, it was terrifying. And like the way that it happened too, it was just disgusting because I was just at home. It was late at night. It was like 7 or 8 or something, and I'm just on my couch, and I get a call from my dad, and he's like, this person is like texting all of our family members, like, what's going on? And it was like very serious threats. Like, it was very disgusting behavior. And so I'm like reading all this. I'm on the phone with my dad. Everything's like kind of going on at once, and then at my front door, and I'm immediately like, what's going on? So I open the door, and it's a police officer, and he's like, we got a call. Like, are you okay? We have to check on you. Your dad called. And I was like, no, I'm on the phone with my dad right now. And then he was like, okay, well, I just have to check the house, make sure everything's good, blah, blah, blah. He came, whatever. He left. And as soon as he left, I got on the phone with my lawyer because obviously I knew something's happening and like people are leaking my address. And as soon as I got on the phone with my lawyer, my power cut off.
Oh,
so I'm like,
shit.
oh my God, like I started freaking out. And then immediately my lawyer was like, oh, are you sure that was a real police officer?
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
And immediately I went to my bathroom. I was like, I don't know. He didn't show me his badge or anything. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't see anything. And it was just all a coincidence. Like, my neighbor's power also turned off. It was a real police officer. And then the next day I got a call from the FBI because I filed reports and everything. So they knew everything was going on. And I got a call from the FBI asking if I was building a bomb at my house. And I obviously am not building a bomb at my house. But yeah. That's been fun. They were on the way to my house. They didn't actually go into my house, but they came to my property.
Couldn't you buy the property in an irrevocable trust with
Yes.
a lawyer on title, and then your name doesn't show up?
So these are the things they don't teach you in school. You know, like I had to learn that obviously afterwards, after I bought my house. And now that I already bought my house, I would have to resell it and then buy it again if I wanted it under the trust.
Not even. Even if you do that.
That's what I've been told.
It's still going to show on title, because what people could do is do basically a back search. And they could say, oh, wait a second.
Exactly.
She used to live here, and now all of a sudden it's in a trust. She didn't sell it.
Yeah.
So
it's just,
for your next house, you could do it completely
Yeah.
anonymously.
Yes, and that is my plan. And I now know all of this. You know, I know ways to protect me because I've also contacted my county to like try and get all of my records removed and everything because like I just everything's online. And they said that they're working on it, but
They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they're doing it.
No.
But it's whatever. It's fine. It's just it comes with the industry, you know.
I would highly recommend you set up an irrevocable trust and get
I have
everything
one
out
now.
of your name.
I have one
Okay.
now. I do have one now.
Cool.
All of everything's under it. All of my vehicles. I do have one really nice ring, and that's under it. I bought it from Gucci. It was like I don't know what collection it was, but that was the one jewelry that I have not lost yet because I refuse to wear it
How
because I
much
know
was
I'm going
that?
to lose it. I think it was just a ring, and I think it was 14. I think it was 14,000.
That's actually not bad. I thought you were about to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We had
Thank you.
Christine, you probably don't know who she is. We had her on the podcast.
Selling
and she had
Sunset.
spent, what,
Oh,
on a
yes,
ring?
yes.
She spent 1.3 million or something
Yes.
on a ring.
Okay. I feel a lot better about my 14,000.
Technically, you
ring.
could.
I technically could. You're right, but I feel like that would be silly for me to do.
Have you ever done anything that is truly financially irresponsible?
Yes.
Which is?
I believe that when I bought my dream car, I should have just waited because I've lost a lot of it. It lost a lot of its value. But you know what? It's okay because it's my dream car. I'm probably never going to sell it.
What is it?
It's a 2024 Porsche GT3 RS.
What did you pay for it? How does it lose that much
I
value?
paid $500,000 for it.
And what's it worth now?
I think it's worth like $400, maybe like $350.
So
these really aren't that bad.
Does that
$350.
bother you?
I mean, no, not really, because I know I'm never going to sell it.
I don't even think
I'm
that's
never gonna
financially
sell it.
irresponsible.
No.
Like
But
most,
I shouldn't have bought it when I did because like I bought it. Like, I should have definitely bought a house first. That was the first thing I bought.
Why
That was
did you
my
buy
biggest
it?
purchase.
Why?
Because I was like, you know what? Like, I made it. I think this was like 6 months, maybe a year into doing OF. And I wanted something for myself because I hadn't bought anything like big for myself besides obviously like little purses and here and there. So I bought my dream car. And that was that.
even your most financially irresponsible thing is not even as close to my most irresponsible
What's
financial.
yours?
Probably my Tesla. I bought a Tesla for $58,000.
And I told them not
like,
to buy
don't even
it.
get started with me
Told
right
him.
now, Graham, because you told me not to buy a house, and I bought the house, and that worked out. So he always thinks
You
he
got
knows what's up.
lucky.
I got
lucky.
I bought the Tesla. It was 58 when I got it, and now like 3 or 4 years later, it's probably worth like
20,
25.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even, so it like halved in value.
Yeah.
And I guess obviously the numbers are different, but also the income is different.
Mhm.
And so,
Mhm.
but still, congratulations. I mean,
Thank you.
I applaud that. It
Thank
sounds like.
you. I love her. She's my baby. She sits in the garage most of the time. But
How many cars do you have now?
I have my Porsche. I have Cadillac Escalade V. That's my mom car. I have a Raptor R. I have a mini truck that is like my farm truck. It's like the little Japanese cars. It's the steering wheels on the
wow,
other
that's cool.
side.
That is so cool.
And then I have 2 business trucks.
Is it like the KEI truck? Like the little
I have a picture
cab
of
in the
it.
front and then
Yes. And it's like
Okay.
the little flatbed. I wrapped it pink. I love her. She's so amazing. It's
That's
my favorite
awesome.
car. That's my favorite car.
And
I
then,
had it imported from Japan.
yeah,
That's
okay,
cool,
so
yeah.
I actually looked into getting these as well. There's a guy that lives in Salt Lake and his whole job is like buying these, importing them from Japan
Yeah.
and then restoring them.
Yeah.
They're really cheap. You can get one of them for like a few $1,000s,
Mhm. I think I bought mine for 2, like 2,000.
but then you had to pay the import fees and everything.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's still an impressive car collection.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
very
you.
diverse, which is nice.
Thank
And then
you.
jewelry
Yes.
to pocket watch. What's up with the jewelry? This
Yeah.
is it? This is all you have
This-
aside from the ring?
Yeah, this is it.
You put on all of your jewelry today in like one
I'm
go.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
Well, I have like these little like belly chains that I wear sometimes if I'm in like a bikini. It's like just that. But literally everything's from Amazon. I'll lose this within a week and I'll just go on Amazon and buy new bracelets.
I feel like you would lose it because you bought it so cheaply. But if you got something more expensive like that ring, then you'd protect it.
No, like I've had really nice jewelry before. Like I used to have Van Cleef bracelets. I used to have Louis bracelets, Louis rings. Like I used to be decked out in
and you would
designer.
just lose it?
And it's all gone. Every single piece is gone.
How do you know it's lost and not stolen?
Because I'm very irresponsible with misplacing things. I always
But maybe
lose
you put
things.
it down and then someone else comes and just like, oh.
I mean, that is also a possibility. That definitely is a possibility. But I don't, I believe that there's good people surrounded by me and that no one would try to steal anything from me. I just think I lose it very often because like sometimes I'll just take it off, throw it in my purse, and then my purse tips over and it falls out of my purse and then I don't pick it up if I don't see it, I definitely think that's how I lost a lot of my jewelry.
Would you say money buys happiness?
Yes and no. I feel like that is a very fine line. Money definitely has made me a lot happier, but I think that there's a lot inside that people still need to work on that money just cannot help whatsoever. So I obviously think like, yes, money is nice because you don't stress about certain things. Like I don't stress about bills or anything. And I think that's very nice. But I also stress about other things that everyone stresses about, like family issues, like other things, relationship, this and that. So I think that there's like a fine line between that and there's no right or wrong answer.
What's your biggest stress today?
Honestly, right now going to go see my grandparents. I've been meaning to go see my grandparents and it's been stressing me out because I haven't had time to go. I've been traveling from place to place and that's really stressing me out. So I think I'm flying home tonight. I'm going to go straight there. I'm not even going to go home. I'm going to just go straight to my grandparents' house because I need to see them.
Do you have a close relationship with your family?
I do.
A lot of people speculate that in order for a girl to do OF, then they have a fractured relationship with their parents and it's sort of like a defiant nature. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's true at all. I think it's all part of the stigma that people have created for OF people. And I have a really great relationship with my family, like definitely. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. At first, it was not good. When I obviously started, I talked to my mom and she wasn't happy about it, but I showed her what I'm doing online. I'm being very safe. I have a great group of people around me and she was supportive after one conversation. Like I think that she just didn't understand it also. And I think a lot of people still don't understand OF.
And what about your dad?
He loves it. He loves it. He doesn't mind at all. Like, he knows what I'm doing exactly. They watch my TikToks. My mom actually just texted me earlier talking about my new TikTok that I posted with Tara's World. And they're very supportive. My grandparents know what's going on and everything.
Did they ever give you any sort of warning of like, hey, these are like the downsides? Or were they overall pretty supportive?
I think when we had our initial conversation, they definitely had a lot of concerns and they were telling me their concerns. But I told them, obviously, like, this is not a concern for me. Like, this is how I see it. And I'm being very safe and I'm surrounded by great people. Like, I would obviously never put myself in harm's way. If I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. But they're all very supportive.
So
and
why do people have the stigma with, because from my perspective, it's really no different than like a swimsuit model.
Mm-hmm.
And those seem to be celebrated.
Well, hold on a
Unlike,
second.
what?
I think we need
Are we diverging?
No. I think when you're saying a swimsuit model, I mean, OF is primarily used for like, it's most of the people use it for that. So I don't want to like technically
I know, but everyone gets lumped in the same category.
That's true.
And I think that's where a lot of the stigma comes from is like, Like I obviously don't do anything heavily like on there. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say it. Everyone just thinks that I'm out here doing like Bonnie Blue type stuff, but really I'm not. Like I keep it very natural on my site. Like I don't do anything crazy. I love the content I post out there. People love the content I post out there. And I think that the stigma just comes from years of, obviously, and all of these other sites, there's always been adult content out there. And I don't think that will ever change in anyone's eyes, but I'm here to tell you guys it can. Only OF is very different. It can be anything you want it to be, like truly. Like it's not all content on the site. There's other people on the site.
Now, thinning hair isn't just an annoying side effect of aging. It could seriously affect your confidence and happiness. So many products claim to restore your hair to what it used to be, but few actually get the job done.
In the end, many men just give up on their hair, and even if you're not ready to give up, trips to Turkey can drain your bank account and leave your hair looking worse than it did before.
If you're noticing thinning, your crown starting to go, or your hairline moving back, you don't have to do all of that thanks to our sponsor, Hims.
Hims gives you access to doctor-trusted hair loss treatments with ingredients that work like finasteride and minoxidil, and they can help stop further hair loss and even regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
And it's all done 100% online. No waiting rooms, no awkward pharmacy visits, no flying across the world. It's personalized care on your schedule.
Which compared to a transplant trip is kind of a no-brainer. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/iced.
It's hims.com/iced for your free online visit.
hims.com/iced.
Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride.
So what would you say are the main reasons why people think you're controversial?
Well, definitely my income. I think that's very controversial for a lot of people, just because people don't believe it. But it is very real. Definitely just being on the site is controversial. A lot of people think like me posting on TikTok, I'm trying to promote, joining OF. That's obviously not what I'm doing at all. I've made multiple videos on the pros and the cons of OF and why you should join it and why you should not join it. But I also think that like it shouldn't have to be this serious discussion. Like it's 2026, like, the Epstein files are out. Like, who cares? Like, do what you want to do. Like, do what makes you happy. And this makes me happy. And I'm confident in myself and everything.
So what are the main pros and cons of starting an OF?
Starting an OF, I think my main con was finding confidence. Like, if y'all met me like 3 years ago, I'm a completely different person. Like, I've just gained so much confidence from doing this. Obviously, money is a great con. You can make money on it.
Like a pro.
A pro, yes, sorry. A pro. Is a
All
great
the taxes.
pro.
That's a big con.
That's a big con also. And some cons are obviously like privacy. Like, you get your privacy invaded. I really try very hard to like have a private life and then also post the kind of content I want to post on social media, just because everything I do is intentional. And then when I go home, I know that like I can turn my phone off and I can fall back and, not have to worry about these people judging me or doing this or that or whatever, just because I keep it very separate. And I think that's, a lot of people fail doing that and then they get lost in social media. So I definitely advocate that a lot, to make sure that you can fall back on something when it gets too hard online. Because I can sit here and say all the time that like, the hate comments don't get to me, but it's tiring also. Like, it's just tiring posting online every single day. Like, it's just human nature, like you can't, it's just repetitive. And it's nice that I can go be at my farm, play with my cows, and not have to worry about anything.
What do you say to those who argue there is an imbalance of power between the creator and the consumer? Because usually the consumer is going to be sort of intimately involved in the experience, and for them it may be consensual, but if they're psychologically or mentally disadvantaged in that relationship, because for you it's a transaction, for them a lot of the times it can be a little bit more than that. It's like a transaction, it's also some semblance of a relationship, then there is this sort of like imbalance of power, and a lot of money is there to be made in that imbalance of power. What do you say to that?
I think a lot of it is just a lot of people aren't educated online. I think there's just so much that happens on social media and it's changing every single day. And I think a lot of these people like anything on the internet is dangerous. YouTube can be dangerous. TikTok could be dangerous. It just depends on how you use it. And you have to use it, with intention. And I think that's all I try to do.
Due to the nature of your content, what does the average fan interaction look like? Because for us, it can be quite pleasant. Like someone, for example, can just be like, yo, what's up, man? Love the pod. You do a great job out there. Awesome. Keep it up. I'm like, oh, thanks. And that's it. Sometimes pictures, sometimes this, sometimes that, but it's usually very chill. I imagine with you, it could be a little bit more unique.
It's definitely unique. A lot of people think that's just come up to me and touch me whenever they want to.
Have people tried that?
100% people have. And I think that's definitely like a con that I like to say out there. Like, obviously, these men, they see you online, and when they see you in person, they're obviously going to think that they can do anything. And it's just not okay to just go up and like touch someone randomly. I just don't think that's okay, regardless if I'm online or not. But a lot of my fan interactions are actually really great. Like, a lot of them just know me from TikTok, and they'll come up, they'll ask for a picture, they'll ask what I'm doing here, how's my day going. I'll normally ask them what's a good place to go around here, because most of the times they're locals. And it's great. I love meeting new people just because I can get that kind of information.
Do you travel with security?
I try to. I definitely try to. I don't, though, normally.
That would be spooky for me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy, but I take the good with the bad. I'm so grateful to be here, and like I don't regret anything. I would never change anything. So like, I'm just happy to be alive.
Why do you think so many people believe that like is harming society?
Well, I think a lot of it is the stigma. Also, I think like anything on the internet, it can be harmful in the way you use it. A lot of people think that is a site like, and it is just not. And I say this in every podcast, every interview I do. Like, it is just such a big platform that you can do anything you want. And I've built a business from doing this. Like, I just think a lot of people, they look at it in a negative light, and I think that it's a lot of misinformation that they have, and they just need
Do you think it's harmful?
I mean, I definitely think it's harmful in certain ways. Like, it depends on how you use it.
So what would be a harmful and a not harmful way of using it?
I mean, obviously, like, if you're heavily addicted to porn, like, it's definitely an issue. I'm Christian, so like, it's just not good to be heavily addicted to porn. But I also think it's human nature. Like, obviously, like, you can't, I mean, like, everyone does it. I feel like everyone has looked at something before, and I just think it's human nature, and I think that we shouldn't deny that.
That would be a non-harmful way of viewing it, is just like casually perusing, is what you're saying?
I mean, not like casually perusing. I think that it's the way that you use it. Everything on the internet is different. I think, if you're going to look at these models in a negative light, obviously, like, that's not okay. But I just feel like it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it's 2026, like, free the tit. Like, what happened to that? Like, I think that it's fine, and I don't think that it should be a look down on thing. Like,
but what about what Bonnie Blue is doing? Because you brought her up.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like, and then here's where the picture comes in, that it's just a giant spectrum. Like, you can do whatever you want on the website, and if that's what she wants to do, and if she's comfortable with that, and if she's happy, then like, all power to you. Like, do that. I would never personally do that. I think it's crazy, but I also like if she's happy, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Are you insecure at all about the potential consequences of the work that you do?
Like what?
Like, I mean, inevitably, I'm sure that even in the messages or with some people that have subscribed to your OF, you've probably had a couple choice encounters where in the beginning, like, you see that their life is like maybe like normal, and then maybe they can go down like a rabbit hole, and then had a really unhealthy relationship with it. And then years later, they're like, oh my gosh, like paying for absolutely everything. Like, you probably experienced this being a creator on the platform.
Yes. Well, I obviously don't have controls like over other people's actions. We're all adults at the end of the day. We can all make decisions for ourselves. And I think that if you're just not well educated, that's I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. I'm posting content out there for that reason, for people to buy. And I think I'm doing that, and I'm successfully.
So you would say it's up to the consumer to determine what is right and wrong for them?
100%. I do believe that, just because I know like what values I have, and I'm a Christian and everything, and I know what I post out there, and everything's intentional. And I think that people online, they get too invested into it sometimes, and like I think that we need a lot of we just need to be more educated.
What does Christianity mean to you?
I grew up Christian my entire life. I remember like that was the one thing I had in my life was my relationship with God. And honestly, like we have a great relationship. I know I make mistakes every day. Like everyone sins, and we're tight. He's got me. If anything fails, he's got me.
Do you think that, like, to juxtapose your job as a creator on OF with some sort of Christianity, like there could be some sort of contention there?
I don't believe so. I don't look at it like that at all. And I just think I think it's just outdated in a lot. It's the stigma that people are just continuously thinking like this. Like I truly don't believe that it's not conflicting with my religion at all.
Have you, like, how would you say that it's not conflicting? And this is not by any means trying to be any sort of accusatory. In fact, I'm agnostic. I'm not even like religious. I'm just trying to understand because I hear a lot of stuff from some Christian friends, and then like to think about how that relates to content made on OF. I'm like, okay, well, there seems to be some sort of dissonance there.
I think that religion is personal. Everyone has a different experience with religion. I say I'm Christian, but I don't push out my values on other people. I know my relationship I have with God, like if I sin, I know that he will forgive me. And if I wasn't meant to be here, I wouldn't be here, like he wouldn't have put me in this position. And I know what I'm doing is, we're good. Like I know that if I wasn't supposed to be where I am today, he would make it known because he's done that before in my life.
And where do you draw the moral line? And like, where do you draw your boundaries?
I mean, obviously, like when I don't like something, I just won't do it. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it. I know my boundaries, but I don't see anything morally incorrect with it or anything, if that's the question.
Is there anything you see that's maybe morally questionable that's going on with OF? Because I see a lot of creators getting some backlash and also a lot of publicity for signing up like the day they turn 18.
I mean, they're adults. I think that they can make their own decision on, whatever they want to do in their life because it's their life. Like anything on the internet can be harmful in its own ways. It just really depends on the way you use it.
Where do you draw the line personally, morally with what you do?
That's like kind of a loaded question. I don't really know like how to answer that.
Like maybe there's been an offer presented to you, but you said, no, I'm not willing to do that.
I mean, it's definitely happened before. I just do what I'm comfortable with.
Do you think society judges the creators more than the consumers?
100%. 100%. I definitely think that the creators get all the backlash and not the consumers, but also like there's so many consumers also. Like how could you ever, blame them because they're the ones buying the content? Like I think they're supporting me at the end of the day, so I think it's all right.
What do you think is the biggest criticism about you that's valid?
Biggest criticism about me that's valid? I don't know. I really I don't read up on myself. Is that bad? Like I don't look at what
healthy.
I don't look at what other people are saying about me. Like I could not tell you what the number one story of me is right now online just because that's another boundary I have is like I don't read what other people are saying about me online because I know in my heart what I like to do and who I am. So who cares what this person is saying about me? Because like obviously they're wrong. They don't know me
Did
for
you
me.
used to read the comments?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And when did you stop? Like, was there a certain thing that happened or something that you read?
I obviously still read the comments. Yeah. I don't think like anyone can just post and not read the comments, but I definitely have thicker skin now. Like that doesn't get to me as much. And I think it was probably like a year of doing this. I got really thick skin.
I think that's important because even like bringing you on this show, we've not really done very much of like OF or anything on this, like as in terms of guests we've brought on. We've had on 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧, we've had on 𝗪𝗓𝗓. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, 𝗪𝗓𝗓 we filmed twice.
Yeah, 𝗪𝗓𝗓 we had to film twice because the first time we filmed with her, it was too much that we weren't able to post it. Like we were like, okay, we're probably drawing the line here.
Yeah.
Also, my grandma watches the podcast, and so sometimes I'm like, okay, like
our barometer is Jack's grandma. If she
really
watch the episode.
Well, sometimes I just tell her, hey, Gigi, like do not
watch this one.
Tune into this.
That's really
You didn't
funny.
say that in the beginning, though. So Gigi could watch this episode.
I might. We'll see how this ends up going. But yes, so that's usually our barometer of what we're willing and not willing to post. I know we're going to get a lot of backlash from this. And the way I justify it is like, I will take criticisms very seriously from people that I know and from people that I trust. People that are online that don't really know the extent of the situation, they may be able to hear us say that this podcast is all about hearing different perspectives and it would be wrong of us to ignore this entire like economy of OF.
Right.
Like that is something that truly does exist. And for us to turn our heads and say, no, it doesn't, and to explore the morals and the money and this lifestyle is all very interesting.
It's just something completely new. Like there's never been anything like this. Like I know I have, I've made obviously a crazy amount of money and I can live comfortably now. And it's just, I don't think that there's ever been something like this on the internet, like just that fast, it's pretty crazy.
But people will cast judgment regardless. And it's contingent upon you and the people that you trust in order to give you like proper criticism. For example, if I asked a few people like, hey, what do you think? We're considering bringing Sophie Rain into the podcast. We were also almost going to shoot with 𝗪𝗧𝗧. So 𝗪𝗧𝗧, you stopped responding to my texts. And
she goes to chat.
Yeah, she actually, she DM'd us first and she was like, hey, can we do a podcast? And I was like, yes, I would love to. And then we were in Puerto Rico. We're going to film with Logan Paul. And then she stopped responding to the text as well as her manager. But hopefully one day, maybe one day.
Surely one day.
People would say, hey, are you sure that's something that you wanted to do? And I would take the criticism very seriously from the people that like we know and trust.
Of course. I mean, obviously the people that I'm very close with, they tell me obviously if they don't like something I posted or they like something I posted. And I definitely take that into heart. But I feel like anyone online who doesn't really know me, I try not to read anything about it just because I know who I am. That's all I try to do.
So where do most people go wrong when they try to replicate your success?
I think overworking themselves. I definitely have been there, like just constantly on live or on, doing Instagram photos. Like overworking yourself is not the way to do it because then you get burnt out and then you don't like social media and then you don't want to post anymore. You have to just do what makes you happy, but consistency is definitely key. What I do is I work a week out of the month and I get all of my content in 1 week and then I can be home for the rest of the month and post. Like I'm posting every single day, But most of the time I am actually traveling just because I'm always going here to go meet this person and then my cousin's flying here to go here and I want to go with her. But that's what I do normally is I just like get a whole bunch of content out in 1 week.
You mentioned a lot of traveling and I heard from your friends, the people you brought along here, that you guys flew private.
Yes, we did fly private.
When did you start flying private? How did you financially justify that?
The first time I flew private was because our flight got canceled and I really wanted to get home. We were fresh off a 2-week Japan trip and I landed in LA and our flight got canceled and there wasn't a next flight, I think like the next night or something. And it was me and my friend, me and my cousin. And we were like, you know what? Like we're not waiting in LA any longer. We wanted to be home. So he's like, I'm going to try to find PJ charters. And I was like, well, I don't know what that is. Like I didn't know anything about private jets, obviously, like private jet. And so he looked it up. We found one. We went to go home the first time. And this is actually a really funny story. This is my first PJ flight ever. We get there to fly home from my 2-week Japan trip and both tires are flat on the plane. So they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do. Like you can fly commercial if you want to, or we can try to put you on this plane that's 2 hours away. And we're like, okay, well, the next commercial flight isn't until tomorrow. That's why we're here. So we told them, drive us to this 2-hour place and let's go try to fly out of this private jet because it's not, obviously I don't own the private jet. It's just other people's private jets that they charter. And so we get into this one plane and we're taking off. It's like 3 p.m. now and everything. And the entire plane shuts off while we're in the air. Like, I don't know what this means, but the pilot said that the pitch in the elevator broke. So we basically like couldn't go up and down. We were just gliding in the air after we took off. So I just remember like absolutely crying like, oh my God, my first PJ ride and I'm going to die. Like, I don't know why I ever agreed to this. Like I should have just stayed commercial. Like I love commercial. I love first class. And it was fine. We landed and we weren't able to fly private that day. So we had to wait the next night to fly private. And then after that, I was like, I'm never going to fly private again. Like this shit sucks. Like why do people do this? Just because I had such a bad experience the first time. Now, it's just very convenient. I don't have to go into the airport at all and like go through security or anything. You just get right on the plane. And I think, time is money. And I feel like I save a lot of time doing that. And also, I've had really bad experiences in the airport with fans coming up to me. I don't like them just because like my luggage is out and everything. And like, I've had just really bad experiences.
What experiences have you had?
Just people like wanting to get too close, people trying to... I've had someone try to like look into my bag while I'm taking photos with someone. Like I'm not comfortable in the airport, especially traveling alone. I travel alone a lot. So I like private just because it's Also just a little bit safer for me, just in my experience, just because I mainly travel alone.
Do you really only fly private now then?
No. I flew commercial to LA. The only reason why I flew private here to Vegas with you guys today just is because there was no flights early in the morning for me to get here.
Are you familiar with JSX?
Mm-mm.
It's like a private airline.
I don't know
You
what
share
that
it with other people, and they have,
I'm gonna have to look
it is
this up.
incredible. We take it quite a bit from Vegas to LA.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to look that up because I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, why isn't there like Uber ride share for private jets? But
That
that's
exists.
basically what that is.
Yes.
See, like I'm just not as educated in the aviation industry, I guess.
So where else do you spend your money?
Right now, I mean, I haven't really been spending like crazy amounts. The last big purchase I made was my farm that I now live at. I try to invest as much as I can.
What are you investing in the most?
Just
Any stock tips?
I really wish. My financial advisor does all my investing for me just because I don't know anything about the stock world. I really want to learn just because I do want to invest more, but he is investing in separate things for each of my family members, if that makes sense. So I told him, like, my biggest goal is to make sure my family is also financially stable after I am not on social media anymore.
Yeah.
So each of my siblings, each of my parents, they have like their own investment account that gets money put into it every year. And then after I'm done doing this, I want to give it to them. And that's like, I guess that's my biggest spender. That's where most of my money goes is into those investment accounts for my family. Just because my brother's about to graduate from college, like I want him to be able to buy a house when he graduates. So that's what that's for. I'm hoping. Same thing for my older brother. Like I want him to eventually buy a house soon. I'm hoping that he can use this, but I'm not going to give it to them now just because I want it to sit there and grow.
Do you think OF is harder than a 9-to-5?
Honestly, no, it's not. When I was serving, like I remember like pulling my hair, like actually like sitting there pulling my hair just because it was so stressful. But OF is definitely stressful. Like I can't sit here and lie and like say that it's not stressful at all and it's easy peasy and everything, but it's definitely stressful. But I think that it's as stressful as you make it to be. Like it's online. You control everything on your own site. Like it doesn't have to be something that's, you don't like or makes you stressful. Like just do what you like and makes you happy.
What would you say are the key metrics in becoming successful on OF? Is it marketing? Is it beauty? Or is it something else?
I think the number one key thing to do is to have an audience before you drop an OF. That's what I did. I started growing my audience on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, every single social media platform. I grew an audience at first, and then I dropped my OF. And I think that's something a lot of people don't do is they just come straight onto social media and here's my link, I think that you need to post yourself out there, kind of like marketing. You need to market yourself out there. You need to post on TikTok so people can know who you are. Because obviously, like, if I hear, oh, this person dropped an OF, I don't know who that is. But someone that's been on social media for a year now, who's been getting a little bit of traction. I've seen her in this person's TikTok and I've seen her on this post. Obviously, people know the name. So they're going to try to see whatever.
Yeah. How competitive is it now?
I mean,
it seems like everyone is just dropping OnlyFans.
I was gonna say everyone's doing it. I don't see it as competition. I think that there's room for everyone, and it's just that's the great thing about it. Just because you can do anything on there, and you don't have to stick to one specific thing to be on the site. Yeah.
What about you specifically? Why do you think it's you that is the number one creator on the entire platform, making over $100 million? That's just absurd.
I wish that I had a good answer for this, but I honestly think that I'm very consistent. I stay true to my values. I post with intention, and I just am who I am. I'm not trying to fake anything. This is just who I am.
So what are the main things that you notice make a difference in that monthly recurring revenue?
Do you still want to grow it at this point, or are you trying to just maintain?
I think I'm always finding new ways to try and grow it, obviously, just because I think that's the most fun part is challenging myself to try to make more than last month, just to see if I can do it. But that's what I do.
What's the most you've made in a month?
The most I've made in a month, I think, was $5 million.
So what did you do in that month that made you make $5 million?
Definitely collabs, joining up with other creators and making, similar content together. That is a big thing. I think that a lot of people don't also do is collaborations.
Is that on TikTok or on other platforms? You're collaborating with them there, and then that directs the traffic to the OF?
Yes and no. Collabs on TikTok, it's not so much like I don't post on TikTok and on Instagram trying to get people to find my OF. I post on Instagram for Instagram. I post on TikTok for TikToks, and I post on OF for OF content. I think I try to keep everything very different just because I know I have obviously a younger audience on TikTok. That's just TikTok. And I don't try to obviously persuade anyone to try to find my link on there. And I think that collaborating with other creators is really great because you get a new audience. You get, their fans that have never even seen you before, obviously, and it's vice versa. It's a great ecosystem.
Did you see an uptick in earnings after you did the video with David Dobrik?
I don't think so. Everything's been pretty consistent, like, throughout everything. I didn't see anything crazy jump up from doing that.
Where does most of the earnings come from? Is it like messages or is it like the feed that you post out there?
It's definitely messages.
Okay.
Messages is where you make the most money.
And what are they? What do the conversations look like in the messages?
I mean, just literally anything. I talk to so many people on there. Like, some people are just talking about their day. Some people are talking about their dog. Like, literally anything.
Could you open up one of the messages and read it?
I can't do that just because I don't want to invade someone's privacy.
Okay. Maybe they love it though. Maybe like, oh man, she read my question.
Because they got a little shout out. But yeah, no, I try not to I don't want to obviously post anything from the site just because I don't want to out anyone who doesn't.
Do you personally respond to these messages? Because we've heard from a lot of people that they have agencies or other people that respond to the messages.
I do respond to a lot of messages. It definitely takes a lot of my time, like flying here. That's all I was doing was responding messages. But it takes a village. I also have people that help me. My mom and my sister help me. Like, they know what I do, so they help me message and everything.
But do people send like explicit pictures within the messages?
Not all the time. Definitely not all the time, but there definitely are some. It's just a wide range. Like, it's a giant spectrum. Like, there's no in between. Like, it's everything. You get crazy pictures, and then you also meet someone so great on there. Like, it's
What's
amazing.
like the craziest thing you've seen or gotten?
There's just like it's been so much. Like, I don't know off the top of my head. I truly don't.
Is there like one that stands out to you? Or like, what was that?
I mean, actually, yes, there is one.
There's always one, dude. There's always one.
Dude, that's funny. It reminds me of something I'll share in a
This
second.
is the craziest.
Yeah, I got one
So this was last year when we had the Bophouse, and we're at the Super Bowl, okay, and I'm messaging, and I see pictures of my Airbnb being sent to me, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, how are you getting these photos? A fan broke into our Airbnb while we were at the Super Bowl, taking photos inside of our Airbnb and sending to me through OF. So that was crazy.
That is pretty
That's the
bizarre.
craziest thing.
Wow.
That's the craziest thing.
So I had someone request feet pictures from me on Instagram. And I'm going to be completely honest. I personally don't care.
Right.
Like, if they ask for feet pictures, I'll be like, sure, like, how much?
You're
Like,
going
if
to sell a lot of feet.
Look, I'm just saying, for me, it's so easy, and I don't see it as anything that's weird because for me, feet are feet.
Yeah.
And, what they do with that is completely entirely up to them. Same thing goes for the shoes. Some guy offered to buy my shoes. I was like, look, if you're willing to buy me a new pair of shoes, I'm fine with it. And I was like, this is more of a hassle than what it's worth. I don't want to tell him my address to ship these shoes to. Anyways, the feet picture. He said he'll send me like $50 or $100 for a picture of my feet. I said, sure. And I was like, what, just like a picture of the top of my feet? And he was like, no, something like this. And he sent me an example. And I just said no.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so done with this. I am not doing this.
That's not
and then
a foot picture.
That's what I said. I said, how in the world is this a foot? And you think I'm going to do this for $50?
Yeah.
Or 100 or whatever it is?
How much would that cost? Obviously, you'd be clothed.
Yeah. Oh, I would be clothed?
Yeah, clothed.
So I'm clothed in a slatted... Dude, that would turn into a meme. Like, it would just I would be like, imagine someone asked me for an actual foot picture and that's what I send, assuming that that's a foot picture. That just makes me look clinically insane. I would probably do that.
I mean, with AI now, you can.
$500,000.
$500,000.
500 grand?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
What would you do it for?
We're talking me clothed?
Yeah.
Just in that position?
Yeah, but you're all like, bent over and like kind of like arching your back.
It'd be hard to say no if someone was like $100,000 and it's
what is that going to do for you in your life?
Like 100, it's easy.
Yeah, 100,000 just for taking a foot picture.
It's just not going to change my life. Like, well, in a very privileged way, that will not change my life. And so, for me to,
it's such a low effort.
If it's a picture of my feet, that's different than that is such a compromised state. For me to sit like that, it is so vulnerable. I don't know. What if someone walks in you know, when I'm taking the picture.
Then
How do I explain that?
They'll high five you. How do you
Yeah.
explain it? Someone's paying me a lot of money for this photo.
Would I do it for $100,000?
I think you would, dude.
You know what? Maybe because then I would buy
be
a
silly
car.
not
I
to.
just I would not be able to do it for $100,000 and not spend it on something. I would not do it for $100,000 just to throw it in an investment account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have
you would
to
need something.
donate.
I would have
Yeah.
to like get something in return. Like
Yeah.
I would.
Dude, you could save a lot of
I am
animals,
not
dude.
donating that $100,000. I am going straight into like an used Audi R8 or something. It
Okay,
has to be.
That's a good choice.
Maybe I'll
That's good
donate a little bit.
choice.
What actually goes on behind the scenes when you're doing your week of working?
So, like, for instance, I was in LA for a week. This past week, I came here strictly to just get collabs. I flew in. First day, I didn't do anything just because that's my travel day. I don't like doing anything on a travel day. And then the second day, I woke up and I don't remember exactly what I did in the morning, but I get ready. That's the first thing. I wake up and I get ready. And then I'll go grab coffee and then I'll get like Snapchat content for it or something, getting coffee. Like, I vlog everything, like every single part of my life while I'm working, like while I'm in that zone. And I'll just go to these different places and I'll take pictures of me there and I'll do this just for Snapchat. And then I'll make TikToks. And while I'm there in these places, I'll get 2 or 3 TikToks at a location that I'm at. And it's really funny because I'll ask, like, if a fan comes up to me and they know me and they take a picture with me, sometimes I'll be like, you want to be in my TikTok with me? Just so it's, you know, it's different and they love it. Every single time they say yes, it's great. I love meeting people on the street that know me. And then I collabed with Brecky Hill. That was really awesome. She came over to my Airbnb, but she's also on the site. But we just did TikToks together and we got an Instagram post and that was that. And then I went to bed and I wake up and I do it all over again. I'll go somewhere, you know, get some Snapchat content. I'll do TikToks halfway through and then I collabed with Ari. I collabed with Tara's World while I was here.
Who's Ari in Tara's World?
Ari, I'm going to totally butcher her last name. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧?
I mean, I don't know.
She's also a TikToker and she's on the site. And Tara's World, she's on TikTok and also on the site.
Most of the people you're collabing with are on OF.
Yes. But we were just making TikToks. We didn't make any content for the site.
Running a business is genuinely one of the most exciting things in life, but it can come with a bunch of unrelated tasks that take time and effort away from your business.
As we've grown the Iced Coffee Hour, we have poured hours into things like billing and writing contracts. And yeah, you guessed it, those are not our favorite things to do.
That's why we are so excited to partner with Claude. Claude is the AI for minds that don't stop at just good enough. It's the collaborator that actually understands your entire workflow and thinks with you. Whether you're debugging code at midnight or strategizing the next business move, Claude extends your thinking to tackle the problems that matter.
Seriously, guys, Claude is so much more than just an AI. It's like having another member of your team.
I kid you not, we personally use Claude to generate every single one of our invoices. This used to take a bunch of time inputting all the little details, but now with Claude, all I have to do is type go and boom, an entire month's worth of invoices are automatically generated.
And it doesn't stop there. Once Claude creates an invoice, it automatically drafts an email to send out. And it seriously has never been easier to save time on your business.
Ready to tackle bigger problems? Get started with Claude today at claude.ai/icedcoffee.
That's claude.ai/icedcoffee and check out Claude Pro, which includes access to all the features mentioned in today's episode. Again, that is claude.ai/icedcoffee. Thanks again to Claude for sponsoring this podcast, and now let's get back to the episode.
So guys, as the NBA season goes on, teams are gearing up for the playoffs and you do not want to be missing out, which is why we are so excited to be sponsored by FanDuel and FanDuel Predicts. You can predict the playoff action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. All you have to do is sign up to get your $25 bonus.
From missed free throws to fourth quarter buzzer beaters, every play is a potential plot twist.
Predict the spread, total points, and even game-winning moments that make the playoffs. One run, rebound, or shot could change absolutely everything.
From opening tip-off to final buzzer, you could predict each and every moment.
So sign up now for your $25 bonus on FanDuel Predicts. Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant, 18+. Bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with our consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at fanduel.com/predict/bonus-offer-terms.
How much do you work on average per week? Are you putting in 40-hour work weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I'm know I'm going to be somewhere for a week, I don't really like take a break. Like I was just telling this to someone, I don't remember who. I've been to LA I think 7 times now. I've never seen the beach. I think I've seen the Hollywood sign once.
Are you enjoying the life that you live?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it so much because I know when I go home, that's what I really enjoy, is being at
Is
home.
going home.
Is going home and like not doing anything. I love that so much. And I think that's something I look forward to. But I love meeting new people. I had such a great time in LA. Like I met so many new people and made so many new connections. So now next time I come to LA, like I'll have already stuff lined up for me. You know, it's great.
In your downtime, what do you do?
In my downtime, I'm just on my phone, on social media. I'm
Pokemon?
just scrolling. Pokemon is another big thing I do. I love playing, games on my computer. I have a PC at home, or I'm taking care of my farm animals. I have 2 goats, I have a donkey, and I have 12 cows. So I'm either outside with them, or I'm doing something around my house because, they don't tell you about being a homeowner. You got to do everything yourself. Like, I don't know why. I didn't think about that, but I've always got something wrong with my house too. Like my stove's broken right now. My house has been leaking propane for like the past 3 weeks. So that's fun. But
So how much is real in terms of the marketing versus how much is like played up for the marketing? Because I saw that Nelk interview, and I saw people giving you some crap about the age thing, saying you were like 21 and then 23.
I think a lot of it is honestly real. And I think that the only thing that isn't real is those little things that people have pointed out, just because when I started doing this, the number one thing that I can remember that everyone told me, like back at my job, when I had conversations with my friends trying to start it, protect your privacy was the number one thing I heard. Don't put out your real name. Don't put out your real birthday. Don't put out your real age. Don't put out anything real about you so people can find you and, come to you because, on the site, like obviously men are wanting to have sex with me, like that's why they come to my site. And I think that a lot of people don't think about that it can be very dangerous posting all of this stuff out there. And I try to be as safe as possible just because I obviously don't want to put myself in any bad predicament. And I think that it's just my number one main privacy concern. And that's why I do that.
Has doing this affected the way you see relationships?
Oh, yes. 100%. 100%. I'm still looking for a boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I think it's really hard for me to find a boyfriend now just because everyone knows me and every time I try to go on a date, they know who I am. But I'm just
How are
waiting
you
for the
how
right
are you
one.
looking for people?
I mean, just obviously like going out and I'll meet someone and I'll talk to them and then they're like, oh, I know you and Sophie, right? And then I'm like, okay, like.
Would you ever date a fan?
It depends. It really depends. Like, I'm just waiting for the right time. Obviously, like I don't really have like, I know this is going to sound really bad to say, but like, I don't really have standards. Like, I'm not looking for someone who's beautiful and 6'5" and has a great personality. I just want them to make me happy and laugh. And like, that's all I care about.
Do you think your earnings would go down if you have a boyfriend?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I really, truly don't.
I think they would.
You think so?
I think some of the appeal is that you're single.
That there's a chance.
That there's a
Yeah,
chance
I
that
guess
like,
that
hey,
makes sense.
it could be me.
I guess.
And so I think as soon as you get a boyfriend, I think a lot of people are going to say, shit, now I'm unsubscribing.
That definitely makes sense. But I do know a lot of creators who have significant others in the space and they're still very successful.
Do they keep it a secret?
No, not most of them. No.
So what has this taught you maybe about men that could conflict with how you see relationships?
I mean, obviously, like, I don't want someone who's heavily on social media just because I don't want them to already have an opinion formed about me without meeting me. So I think that's my biggest concern. And I'm just waiting for the right person to come.
Would you ever date a guy who asks you to quit?
Honestly, probably. If it's like truly like true love and like I really am in love with this guy and he doesn't like what I'm doing, I probably would.
Even
yeah.
if you're making like $40 or $50 million a year consistently, and the dude's just like, I can't handle it. I don't want you to do that anymore.
Probably, yeah. Just because another thing I'm doing with my money is I'm trying to also create new income sources. I'm starting up a business. It's not great yet, but it's
What's the business?
It's a construction business.
Construction?
Yes, it's a construction business.
That's not what I would expect.
Well, okay, in my little
what is it? Yeah.
town that I live in, there's no construction business. It's kind of like a barn.
Yeah.
They build barns. That's the great thing. Like, you can take this and do other avenues. So I think that's what I would do. Like, I would just obviously put my attention onto something else. Like, I really want to own a bakery one day. I feel like that would be really cool.
Do you think it skews your mind, though, to make so much money and then go to a bakery?
No.
And then look at like the P&L and like, oh man,
I have a lot of pride
Okay.
in my work ethic. I love like having something to do. I think that I would just do it just to have fun. Like, honestly, I would do it for fun. And I really want to like have it be like some profitable or non-profitable place. Essentially, like that was something I was thinking about, was like opening a bakery for homeless, and like they can just come in and get a free meal if they wanted to. Obviously, I'm not making money from it, but like I don't need more money, you know? Like I'm perfectly comfortable where I am right now.
Have you noticed in dating that have there been any instances where you started talking to a guy and then they realized that you did OF and then they had a problem with that? Like, has that been an obstacle in talking to guys?
No, I've only ever since being on the site, I think I've gone on like 3 dates.
And how did you meet these people?
I think one of them was at a casino somewhere, and then it was just like in random places like where I travel. It was never online or through social media.
And
it
they
was
would just
natural.
come up to you, talk to you, not
Yes.
knowing who you were.
Well, sometimes they play it off like they don't know who I am, and then I see that you're following me on Instagram. Like, that's just, don't lie to me.
Are these just like normal people, or are they like successful in their own right?
Just normal people out in the wild, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I don't really go on dates.
Have you noticed that guys maybe get insecure when they see how much money you're making and feel like, oh man, like I could never live up to that?
I've never noticed that personally. No, not me personally. But I could definitely see how that could be an issue.
Do you think that there could be any sort of like psychological impact on your brain having millions of people constantly praising you and telling you how beautiful you are and like paying for pictures of you? Could that, like, there's this thing online called pretty girl syndrome, where like it could lead to a girl kind of seeing the world for not what it truly is because they've been sort of white gloved their whole life.
I definitely think that is a possibility for a lot of people. Me personally, no. Like, I grew up, like I said, I grew up very poor. Like, me and my family, we were low class, and like I've seen obviously the ugly and I've seen the great side. So I think that I like proud. I'm proud of like my maturity. I know what's right and what's wrong, and like obviously I am very successful and I'm very blessed, and you know I used to not be, and it's hard, you know, that balance, but I love that I used to live like that because I could see it and I experienced it.
So on the pretty girl syndrome, what would you say are the main problems with today's modern men and modern women?
Education. I think a lot of us are not as educated as we should be. And that goes for both men and women. I just also think that the school system sucks, and that's something that we should work on. Let's see.
Like, if you just look to like your friends out there that you've had over the past like decade, what have been some consistent patterns you've recognized where like, oh, well, this maybe could be improved? Same goes for men.
Attention span. A lot of people don't have an attention span anymore, I've noticed from TikTok. But not really anything. Like, I don't ever look at anything negatively. Like, I only see the positives in life. Like, I really try not to.
So that could be something right there.
That is true.
Is that some
true.
people look about the negative of something when they should be seeing the positive?
That is true. I also just believe that like why am I going to try to find something that will make me unhappy? Like, I try every single day to be happy because I know what it's like to be unhappy, and I don't ever want to feel like that ever again. Like, it sucks. It really does. So I just try to live every day like, you know, nonchalant.
What do you think is the longevity of your career? How long do you expect to do it for?
Honestly, I'm going to just keep going until people forget about me. Like, I love posting online. Like, I think it's so much fun. And I think one day that people aren't going to know who Sophie 𝗖𝗓𝗓 is anymore because the new generation will come in and there'll be this new big platform that comes out. And now everyone goes to that. And I think that that's perfectly fine. Like, I think, you know, everything evolves and everything happens for a reason, and change is good. So I give myself probably another 2 to 3 years before something big else happens online. And
what do you think about AI creators?
obviously AI is very bad. AI sucks because it's affecting climate change, and I think it's stupid. Like, I truly think I don't know why we're doing that.
What do you mean by it's affecting climate change?
Well, because generative AI, it uses gallons.
They use a lot of electricity, but so do private jets.
That is true. That is very also true, and I know that is very bad. And I'm trying to do less on my PJ, but I also think that like you have PJ who's only, you know, not everyone can fly a PJ, and then you have AI. Everyone is currently using AI right now.
So you think AI is bad insofar as it affects climate change?
Yes, 100%. Uses millions of gallons of water a day, and I think that, you know, it's 97 degrees here and it's March.
Do you think that we should completely stop our production of AI?
I think that there's good AI, and I also think that there's bad AI. I think generative AI is awful. Obviously, like, have y'all seen the Fruit Love Island thing that's going on TikTok right now?
What is that?
It's a whole AI like TV show. of just these fruits, and it's like Love Island, and everyone, it has like millions of likes, and people are just sitting here like eating this content up, and then like,
What's wrong with that though?
it's because it's generative AI. It's harming society. Like it's
Why?
just
I think everything is going to AI. So my
Yes.
whole thought is that in 10 years, you're not going to be able to differentiate between you and AI on OnlyFans.
I think that's
And
now.
I see these videos of these dudes that are just like dancing, and then like split screen is like some attractive woman at the bottom, and then like some dude with a belly is just like kind of dancing at the top.
Mhm.
You have no idea. And they're making, I remember one where
Dr.
apparently,
Mike?
what?
Have you seen the Dr. Mike ones?
No.
Oh, God. Okay, what were you saying?
No, I remember one where some like lady lost her following because it was exposed that she was actually a man the entire time, but was using like the facial
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
See,
just
like
looked
that,
like someone.
I don't agree with. I don't agree with any of that stuff. But I think that we can use AI in great ways for like research and stuff like that. I'd like Gemini, I think, is the new AI on Google. I love Gemini. I think that's great, but it's not as harmful as, you know, generative
I just think
AI.
everything's going to AI. I think movies are going to
Oh,
AI.
I think so too. I think that it's inevitable.
Podcasting at some point, maybe we could be replaced, and it knows us well enough that we could have this whole conversation. AI.
Have you seen like that thing where you can put in like a topic and it creates a whole podcast on it?
Yeah, so far they suck.
Okay, I haven't tried it.
We've
out
used a lot of the
personally,
AI
but I've
features.
seen it.
A lot of them are really bad.
Yeah, well, give it a year, and I'm sure it's going to take over.
Yeah, this is the worst it's ever going to be, is what Chris Camillo would say. Like right now, as good as it is, it's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
But do you think that's a threat to people who want to make a living on OF?
I mean, 100%. I definitely think that there's concerns about it, just because now there's, you have someone making AI content who isn't a real person, putting out false content because it's not a real person. And I just think that it's unfair to people who are actually online and who actually are posting on social media and not an AI character.
What do you think of the sin tax that they were considering implementing in Florida?
I think it's ridiculous. I think that it's a little silly, and it was honestly like, it sucked to hear that, just because like sin tax isn't some taboo thing either. Like sin tax exists. It exists in states like New York, and I think California has sin tax on stuff like alcohol and cigarettes, stuff that has proven to have harm on your body. I think that sin tax on someone online is a little silly, just because, like anything on the internet can be harmful, but like, I don't know. I don't understand like the point of it. I really don't.
So he wanted it was a 50% tax,
50% tax on my income, and he claims that he was going to give it back to teachers. And I agree. I definitely, like I said earlier, I think that we should put more of our money into schooling and, investing into teachers. But I think that there's way better ways than attacking one, creator, because I've only been the only one ever called out.
Yes.
He says that he's going to tax everyone in the state of Florida on OF 50%. And I don't think that he puts an account, because there are people on OF, just doing it to make grocery money for that week,
I remember you liked my Twitter post.
Which one?
I made the argument that he was giving you a lot of publicity.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then I
definitely, I mean...
Or randomly saw like, wait a second, she liked this post.
I mean, he went from the bottom of the polls to second running after talking about me. So, like, it definitely, I think it's a whole publicity stunt.
Do you think you were benefiting him by responding to him? Or do you think he was benefiting you by drawing attention to you? And maybe some people are like, oh, let me check this out.
Honestly, it goes both ways. I think that I was also benefiting him. I think he was benefiting me at the same time, just because, whenever you talk about someone, you're going to go check out who they're talking about. But I think the whole idea is a little silly, and that he's not as well educated in the new modern social media world, just because, like I've been explaining here, like OF, it's a huge platform, and you can do anything you want on there. It doesn't have to be content. And I think that gets, mistranslated with a lot of people, because there's people, doing OF just to make side money, and you're going to tax them 50% of that when they have another job. And I pay taxes also. It's not like I don't pay taxes. I paid my fair share in federal taxes last year. And I would be more than happy to pay extra taxes if it meant going to the teachers. But I know it's not going
It's not going to go to the teachers.
I know it's not going to. And like, also, like, there's definitely, other, bigger people that you could tax. Like, there's multiple billionaires who are paying $0 in taxes.
Well,
like,
a lot of that's unrealized gains, though.
whatever that means, but I don't know
It's
what
so
that
funny
means.
because you're going to
Sure.
be defending the billionaires.
I'll
You're going
defend
to
the
be
billionaires,
defending
yeah.
like the OF people.
I think the billionaires add so much economic benefit that, if anything, I think we should have an opposite tax rate. The more money you make, the less you pay in tax.
Okay.
Imagine that. Or if you make a certain amount of money, if you could prove that you pay out a certain amount or create a certain amount of jobs,
Like economic
like the
output.
economic output, you could reduce your taxes by, let's
Mhm.
just say, hey, you hire 10
That's
people.
a hard thing to measure.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, it's not a bad idea because dollar to dollar, you're going to be helping out the gross economy more.
Yeah.
But I don't even know.
I mean,
that.
I also think that like I believe that I also help out the economy a little bit because I saw a tweet from Fishback saying that like I think it was about the billionaires being taxed and that they actually like put stuff into the world, like they create jobs and stuff. And it's not like I'm not doing anything. I pay photographers every single week to come take photos of me, local photographers. I rent out studios to go do like I'm putting money back out there. It's not like I'm keeping it all to myself. And I employ people. I have a whole business now that I run behind the scenes. And that's another thing. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that without being on OF. And I think, you can become an entrepreneur from this. I'm using it as a gateway essentially to try and do bigger projects.
When people ask you, what do you do for a living? What do you say?
I say social media.
You say social media as
Mhm.
opposed to OF.
I just say social media because I do social media. I do TikTok also. I'm on YouTube. I also do Snapchat. It's not just OF I'm on the entire
Part of me
internet.
thinks it would be interesting if you said you ran a construction company.
I mean, that's
I think-
also
I
what
think that
do.
would actually-
Or a bakery.
Well, she actually does run a
know.
construction. I like the construction company.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not anything great. Yeah, we've been running for a year. I do it with my family, and my dad helps a lot with it. But we just do like little local jobs, and we just can't keep up with it right now because we can't find anyone to work. Unfortunately, we have really good people that work for us currently, but we want to expand, but we can't expand because we can't find people to work.
So explain the Bophouse.
The Bophouse was created by me and 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧. We made the Bophouse so we could, essentially live together and support one another. So we had this idea that us and our friends should get together. We got into this house, and basically the whole idea for the Bophouse was to support one another. We obviously are all doing the same thing, and we're all on the same site, and we're posting TikToks together, and it also is a giant ecosystem. We bounce off each other. I'll post a TikTok with everyone in it and they get traction, and they post a TikTok with me in it and I get traction. It's I feed you, you feed me type of thing. And it was great. It worked out awesome. Like I had such a great time. We haven't been together recently, but I think we're going to go on a group trip somewhere soon so we can make more content together.
Do you live in the... No, you don't live in the Bophouse.
I don't live in the Bophouse.
But people do.
Yeah.
Who owns the Bophouse?
It's not, right now it's not a thing anymore because we were just renting it and the lease was up. But we all collectively paid the rent every month.
How much was the
And
rent?
I think the total amount was $60,000.
6D?
Yeah, 60,000.
Big
was a-
house, Florida, right?
Yes, it was a penthouse in Miami. Um,
Wow.
It was awesome. I had a lot of fun. We lived there for probably 6 months out of the year altogether, all at once, consecutively.
Was it
But
a good investment? Like you saw a clear return on that
I
expense?
definitely think so. I think it was a great investment. People definitely grew their pages a lot from that, and that's all that mattered to me. And yeah, I would do it again if I had the opportunity.
What do you think about what Jack Doherty is doing?
What is he doing?
So my understanding is that he has a house, he gets these creators on, and the criticism is that he advertises towards a lot of young kids.
I think I have him blocked on every single.
Why is that?
Because I just can't stand him. Him and like people like Clavicular. I just can't stand.
What
those
don't you
guys.
like about Clavicular?
They're
Did you
just-
see when he got frame mocked?
By the ASU frat leader. Did
Or
you see
were
that?
you?
Did you see that?
If you told that to a Victorian child, I think that they would just have a heart
But
attack. What
did
does that
you
even
see
mean?
it, though?
What does that mean?
Did
No.
you see it?
No,
You
I
haven't
don't-
seen
you
him
didn't
get
see him
frame
get
mocked?
No,
This
what
is
is
going to be a
that?
first. Jack, can you pull it up?
Yeah.
You're
okay.
going to see him get frame mocked by the ASU
I don't
frat
even want
leader.
to see.
That is
him.
crazy.
I cannot stand Clavicular or
Why?
Jack Doherty. They're just I don't know. They're just. I don't think that they have great morals.
Frame mogged.
What does frame mogged mean?
There was a frame.
The guy looks better
of,
than
of
him.
the video. There was a
Yeah.
frame of the video where this guy, I don't know what his name is, but he's frame mogging him because his shoulders look huge, and Clavicular looks honestly a little bit nervous.
Suboptimal.
He looks
Subhuman.
subhuman
Okay.
in this image
Y'all
because he's getting
are very
frame
well
mogged.
versed into this Clavicular guy.
How does that make you feel? Not that we're well versed, but that he got frame mogged.
Oh, that's how I feel.
Was it heartbreaking?
Oh yeah, it was heartbreaking. Like,
Did you see the
just
group that tried to
horrible.
avenge him?
No, but I did see the video of him hitting some guy with his car, and that's why I don't like him.
I think he ran over the guy.
Oh, like completely ran over?
That's what it appeared to me.
Yeah.
What did that make you feel?
I just, don't hit people with your cars. I don't think that's cool. Like,
I
I'm
saw another
sorry.
crazy clip. Some girl slapped him really hard, and then he had his security pull her aside
Mhm.
and press charges, call the police. He's
Where'd
suing
that
her.
go?
Believe he's suing her.
Wow.
He also has a hat that it has very derogatory terms on it.
What does it
that
say?
he wears. The N-word.
Oh, wow.
He loves wearing that hat during his streams.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
what's your thought on the whole like manosphere space?
Manosphere?
Yeah, like the Andrew Tates, Fresh and Fit,
Justin
that whole
Waller.
segment
I mean,
of.
I don't
the
like it. I obviously I think it's a little silly to try to put, those values out there. But, they're killing it in the game. And I think that it's great that they're online and they're, like I said, they're killing it. They've gained a lot of traction. I don't like them personally, but I would never wish downfall on any of them.
And so Jack Doherty, though, you're not a huge fan of him.
I'm not a huge fan of Jack Doherty. I've never met him. I've just obviously heard things, and kind of like the same thing with Clavicular. I don't like him because he did bad stuff that I've seen online, but I've never met the guy. But yeah, I just don't like them. Simply.
What about the Island Boys?
The Island Boys.
They were on for a while.
They were on OnlyFans.
I heard they made
Were
over
they
$1 million a month.
Did they have blonde hair?
They're
Or
the brothers.
The Island Boys.
The Island Boys. Yeah, the ones with the
Okay.
candlestick hair.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
ones.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a video of them actually talking, but I mean, they're cool, I guess. I like their tattoos.
Would you quit for an extra $100 million?
An extra $100 million
Right now,
would
we
I
quit.
quit? I would be stupid not to. Are you joking? $100 million?
Really? I feel like if you just make that in another year and a half, 2 years.
I mean, $100
your
million
ROI.
right now. Am I being taxed on the $100 million, or do I
I would say, let's just say after taxes, it's 70.
Okay, then probably not. But if I'm getting the full $100
But you would
million,
get
no
100.
tax.
70, no. 100, yes, you would quit.
Yeah, because that's 3 digits. Better than 2 digits.
Do you know what your net worth is today?
No idea.
If you had to guess.
Probably 5 million, 20 million,
No.
5
it
to
has
20, 5 to
No,
20.
it has to be more than that.
I don't know. I'm not that's why I pay someone to do all of my financial stuff for me. I don't know anything about this.
I was
going to
guess it has to be 50.
Okay. I was 5 to 20 was my guess somewhere.
It has
in there.
to be higher than that.
I pay a lot in taxes though, so I don't.
Yeah, but if you made
I don't have that much.
If you know, well, we do the math. I'm
Probably
basically taking
40.
your total income, subtracting taxes, subtracting living expenses and other discretionary spending.
Okay.
Then I'm adding in the fact that you've been investing the money an extra 15% over the last 2 years,
Okay.
which is on the conservative side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes me to 43.
Okay.
The thing is that people, and we've noticed this on the podcast, will spend so much time, like Togi. You know who Togi is?
Wow.
People will spend, and now people are going to just think that we're name dropping.
I'm
You
so
guys know who
sorry.
Togi is, right?
Togi. Okay, Togi.
Okay.
I like Togi.
I'm
People are just going to think that we're name dropping, but this makes sense in the context. He will spend so much effort making as much money as possible. And if he just spent 5 to 3% of that effort to understand investing and understand savings and budgeting and net worth and appreciation growth, stuff like that, then he'll earn more spending in that 3% of time he spends learning that than if he were to spend that working. And the same thing would go to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I ask you what's your net worth and you're saying between 5 and 20, that shows to me that you have no idea what's going on financially, which is insane to me, because if you're grinding so hard to try to get to someplace financially, you could just spend a little extra time or even trade the time and work a little bit less, but spend a little bit of time understanding your finances, and that you'll make more money doing that. And it's not even close, 5 times more money doing that.
I literally have considered taking a college course online. Just
You don't need to
on-
do
You don't
that.
even need to do that.
Literally
it's so
find
simple.
someone
No,
that's
no.
financially literate
The money
and talk
guys.
to them for
Honestly, the money guys.
talk to the money guys.
Awesome.
Talk to Graham. Talk to me. Ask,
I need to, because I really want to learn.
in 10
I
minutes,
want to learn.
We love this stuff,
even
yeah.
after this podcast, we can go over it. In 10 minutes, you should have a basic understanding of where you're at. Because if you're saying between 5 and 20,
That's a
imagine
huge
after
range, too.
imagine
Yeah.
after you
There's no way,
grind
yeah.
for 5
Yeah,
years,
I guess that is a pretty big range.
and you learn that you have $10 million. What are you going to say? Where did it all go? Right?
Yeah.
Why did I grind so hard?
Yeah.
Well, that could be the reality. You don't know how much these money people that are working with you are taking.
Mhm.
Oh,
Would
the other
you
thing.
be able to say what % they're taking?
That's the thing. You have and they could be taking some crazy percent where like if you just spent a little bit more time finding someone else or seeing what they're investing in, what if they're investing in really bad stuff?
I don't I don't know any of this.
Just get a
it's
third-party
crazy.
fiduciary to look it over for you.
Fiduciary?
Yeah, someone who's on your side.
Or just a friend.
third party.
Okay.
Yeah, who has no financial interest in how you're doing.
Okay.
Just to look it over and say, hey, thumbs up, this is good, or hey, these things are questionable. Like we had on another person who had a very successful career, thought they made all this money, and then realized, wait a second, the person I trusted with my money ended up squandering all of it. And I owe taxes that I don't have.
He was actually negative net worth after it was RJ Mitty who was on Breaking Bad, like a main star on Breaking Bad. And
Damn, he was negative?
He was,
He
he
had
was like in
negative
severe
money.
financial duress.
So
That's
I need to open a book or something.
Well, you don't need to open a book. It's so
Yeah,
simple.
yeah.
It's actually so simple.
It's like, it's not though. Like you
It
guys
is.
are saying
It is
it's
so
simple 'cause
simple.
you know it, but
I will explain to you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Not now, after the podcast. Or maybe we could, we should just do it after the podcast.
We'll do it after the podcast.
But anyways,
yeah.
it would be
Very
so
easy.
worth it to spend just a small percentage of your time instead of working to just understand your finances.
And
Because
once you understand it, you're good. You're good for like the next
It's a
month.
few basic
I
principles.
feel like
It's a
I'm like
few-
50-50 with it. Like I kind of
It
understand
really sounds
it.
like you're like $5.95
Yeah.
when it's 5 to 20.
5
like
to
that.
20. I could see like 15 to 20. Okay, fine. Because market fluctuations and
Okay.
maybe valuations. But 5 to 20 is big. When you're making this much money, it shouldn't be less than 25. If it were less than 25,
You'd have some
I would
serious
say-
concerns.
I would say we actually got to figure out like
Yeah.
where's it
Okay.
going?
Yeah, see, like I don't know.
Who's controlling it and what are they doing with it?
I don't know. I obviously I don't want to like talk about it
Yeah,
too
that's
heavily
fine.
on the
yeah,
podcast.
we'll discuss
but
more later.
Yeah.
What would winning look like to you in 10 years?
Winning to me look like in 10 years, I want to be on my farm still. Like I want to take care of my animals. Like that's what I want to do. I eventually want to have like horses. I want to have a big cattle herd, and that's what I want to do. I want to wake up every day and like kind of be a farmer, I guess. Like that's what my grandparents did. That's what my grandpa did. I grew up watching him do that. He raised pigs his entire life. And like that's just kind of what I want to do. I love being, in the southern, I guess you could say.
You should get fish.
I love fishing.
Koi.
I have koi actually.
Really?
I do. They're not koi, they're koi goldfish. I probably have like 50 of them in my pond out front.
So what you should do, go to Japan, and they have these entire koi farms, and you could go there and actually pick out your koi.
And aren't they like $100,000?
They
Like aren't
can
I was gonna say,
be.
aren't they like super expensive?
It
for
depends
good
on
ones?
this. It depends on the size and
I
the
saw
type of koi.
Jake Paul, he bought koi fish.
He did.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Like a big
They-
gold one or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen the fish that were there, and I've seen them at like $50,000 to $100,000. But honestly, the ones that are like 5 to 10 look 90% the same thing.
Okay.
And it comes down to it's like the scales and the marbling.
It's crazy. Like
fish.
it's like who has time to count the scales on a fish? It's just insane.
And it's the lines. They want really distinct lines and colorations that don't bleed into one another. Because once they bleed into one another, the
You've done
value
your
goes down.
research on that.
Oh, he
Well,
loves fish.
I spent a whole day with the koi farmers in Japan, and they taught me everything about koi. It's actually really sad. I'll tell you
Go ahead.
now that I got to say it. The amount of fish that they kill
Oh,
because they only want the ones that have certain colorations.
right.
And that's like a small percentage of the fish that they breed. So they breed hundreds of thousands of fish, but they might only keep a few hundred of them.
It's kind of
So
like
they'll
Pokemon
kill like
cards.
100,000.
They call them culling. They cull the fish. They don't kill. It's culling.
Why do they call it that?
Less harsh than killing fish.
Can
No,
you-
in
can you
fairness,
eat
I
koi
think
fish?
some of them are ground up, and I think they're reused
Oh, that's
for
good.
something. But it's still, to get that
nice.
one fish is probably 1 in 100,000. When you really think of like that as the show fish, and
That's
then
crazy.
those fish will end up breeding, but the offspring, they could be any color, and so it's only a small. But you see them in different sizes, and apparently, when
I
they
wanna
start
find
off
a picture of
small,
my fish now.
they'll change coloration as they get bigger. So there's also a chance you spend $5,000 on a fish, and then by the time it's 3 times the size, it's color changed and it's worthless.
Hold on a sec. We have to understand this private jet.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, because your manager chimed in and he said the amount you spend on private jets is unacceptable.
I guess. I don't know. Whenever I travel, like I don't I don't count it, I guess, just because I love traveling.
That doesn't
But
count.
I
That's
think-
girl math.
That's girl.
I guess
definitely
that's
girl
girl
math.
math. It's girl math.
That
But
doesn't count.
I did spend, like, I don't even want to say this because it's so embarrassing. I spent $78,000 on a private jet to bring my entire family onto a vacation. And I think that that was valid. That's something I wanted to
You
do.
could afford it. I think if anyone could get a private jet, it's you, and actually justify it.
Thank you. Thank
If
you.
anyone could, anybody in the entire world, yes, it
Yes.
would have to be.
Thank
It's good because the safety is increased. Also, if you are spending your money in any way,
Mhm.
taking your family on a vacation is the best.
Yeah, it was, and we had so much fun. Like I think the last time my mom has flown anywhere was years prior to that. So like her first experience back flying was on a PJ. Like it was just so much fun. That's all I want to do is like I just want to spoil them. Like, that's seriously all I want to do. But I'm slowing down on my PJ spending. Yeah, the one here was $8K.
How often do people ask you for money? It's like, hey, could you just buy me this thing?
Quite often, actually. Quite often.
What's the most ridiculous request you've seen?
House,
How much?
$1 million.
That's not even like a cheap house.
I know, but it was like someone that I'm not close with.
I feel like if you're going to ask
like
for a
a-
house from someone, you're not just going to go to like $1 million. You're going to be like, oh, can I have like a condo?
Yeah, exactly.
you know, like
exactly.
$250,000.
This is like someone that I like used to talk to, and like they're a family friend, and like we were really close, whatever. But like, I don't talk to you anymore. You're asking me for $1 million?
Did you cut it off with your day ones?
No. I still talk to a lot of them. Honestly, I still
That's
do.
good.
They're all very nice and supportive. There's been a couple people that like obviously I should have just said no way back then, but I hate saying no to people. I don't know. I spend a lot of my money on giving money to other people. Like one of my old coworkers, I bought her a house. I did actually buy her a house. It was $300,000, and I just bought her a new car. And my friend, who I used to, go to school with, I send him money every other week just because, me and him were tight. Like he was there for me whenever I didn't have any friend in high school. And shout out.
Why didn't you have any friends in high school?
Oh my God, are you kidding? Because like
No.
I don't know. I was just so like this, and like I was a weirdo. Like I really was like one of the weirdo
How?
kids. Let me just show you a picture of me. From high school. Let me just show you a picture of me from high school. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't have friends. I wasn't interested in things that people were interested in. I was interested in Pokemon. Like that's all I did. It was like I had like a little Pokemon backpack, and I got made fun of it in middle school. Like I like that kind of stuff.
Are you going to show up to your high school reunion?
Probably not. Probably not. Who would I go see?
Did you?
No. I was out of town.
Would you have?
Yeah, I would have.
Picture.
I see a lot of the people on Facebook. I like keeping tabs of people. And just like when
Yeah.
they post a photo, I'm like,
Graham always goes, oh, this person really went downhill. That's what Graham always
it's insane.
says.
It's insane because you see two types of people.
This was me and my friend in high school.
No
What?
way.
Yeah, that's me.
No way.
That's me.
How did you lose all your weight?
I started eating a lot better.
Do you take Ozempic?
No, never taken.
You never
Ozempic.
took any.
I don't like needles.
Oh, people were curious.
That is unrecognizable.
I know, isn't it insane? Isn't it actually like
Have you
genuinely
talked about this
insane?
before?
Not really. No, but there's
Like-
pictures of me like from high school. Like people that go to my high school now, currently they go in the yearbook and take photos of me.
What motivated you? And like, how did you
Um,
do it? Like, where did it start?
I think it started after high school serving. I was putting in steps serving. I couldn't say no to people. I'd always pull doubles. I'd always say yes if someone was calling out and they'd come to me and like, can you work for this person? I'd always say yes. So I was like working like 38-hour weeks every single week. And I really genuinely think it was just walking so much. Because before then, I didn't do anything in high school. I didn't like have any extracurricular activities. I was never on a team. I never did anything. I was just there,
And what about diet?
McDonald's was my favorite place to eat at. I love
What would you order?
chicken nuggets. 20 chicken nuggets was my OG order, but now I don't eat
Nothing else?
McDonald's. And fries and a Coke
Okay.
and an apple pie because I like the apple pie at McDonald's. It's so good. But I had a really bad diet. I loved fast food. And now I have a way better diet, obviously. I don't eat fast food 24/7 because that's what I used to eat 24/7. But yeah, this photo was taken in 2017.
Wow. This is honestly shocking.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's
That-
just
that-
impressive.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That
I think
is yeah, it really is.
like from a holistic view of your life, it seems like you kind of have
Holy
everything dialed
shit.
down. Like you came with two people that you're very close to, and that's really nice. And
It takes a village. Surrounding yourself with people is like the number one thing I recommend. Like surround yourself with people you know are going to support you.
and you're being generous with the people that have been generous to
Mhm.
you, which is really cool. You're not like spending your money on lavish things. The only thing would be like figuring out where you're at financially, because that would be like
Yeah.
a better use of your time than honestly even working
Yeah.
at this
Mhm.
point. But yeah, I mean,
agree.
you seem like a pretty well-rounded person.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel honestly, I feel bad for the amount of hate
It's-
that I just see in the comments.
okay.
But because it doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make
Well,
sense.
the main
but,
thing
like,
people are going to hate on is the fact that like they see the whole OF sphere as something that's very unethical.
Mhm.
And so like that's where the hate's coming from.
Then hate the people who buy it. That's what I think. It wouldn't exist if people weren't buying it.
That is true. I guess you got a point there. I think it goes both ways.
I don't know. I think if they put half of the attention they put on that into their own life,
I think that if
That's
I
it
true.
would
get,
be beneficial for them.
I think that if I get, if James Fishback becomes governor and if I get taxed 50%, I also think that the consumer should be taxed 50%. I think that.
well, if it would
Yeah. Well,
it would probably go back to them, right?
no, I don't know how that would
It
work.
could be a sales tax, but
Because
then-
like an
yeah, it would make
alcohol
everything-
tax, cigarette tax, gas tax is paid by the consumer.
Mhm.
And then, of course, they bake it into the price.
Mhm.
But it's really the consumer that ends up paying.
Either way,
Either way.
it sounds like you're doing a great job. The only thing
Yeah.
is the finance stuff, and definitely work on your pool game. That needs
Yeah, try
honestly.
the other
Oh
hand.
my
it's
gosh.
it's
I know,
really
What'd y'all say? Do this hand? Like this?
yeah. You go and you start playing pool, and the very first shot, this is your pool cue. This is
Playing
the ball,
as though you were
and you
left-handed.
go like this. You go
That
like
means-
you twinked it. Like
does
it like went over the
does
top.
it make sense now,
Twinked
though?
it?
I don't know. It made a twink sound.
I've never played sports.
it.
I'm not athletic. I've never been to the gym. Like, I'm not, like, I don't do, I don't know. I don't.
You don't go to the gym either?
I've never been to the gym a day in my life.
Why?
I think I went, actually, this is really funny. I went once and I was trying to bench press. Is
Yeah.
that what this
Mhm.
is called? Just the bar, and I threw out my shoulder. So I've never been.
The bar is
after
pretty
that.
heavy. It's 45 pounds.
It's
so
really
Honestly,
heavy.
you would do really well. Go to the gym with Togi.
I don't know who that is.
okay.
That video would do so well.
Yeah,
It
sure.
would do crazy.
I was supposed to go to.
or Steve will do it.
Oh, Ilya's gym,
No, LA something?
LA Fitness,
Ryan Garcia.
Young LA.
Young LA. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that a gym?
Yeah. Well, I think it's like a brand. Honestly,
Yeah.
I have no. Okay, yeah, brand.
That was going to be my first official time in a gym.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't work out. I'm not athletic. I never played sports in high school.
But why not work out? You just don't like
It
it?
seems like it'd be
I
high
just-
ROI.
It seems like that would be one of the best things that you
Oh,
could do for
I-
like an hour a day
Listen,
to work out.
I've been telling myself for 3 years to get into the gym and work out because I do want to like tone. But I don't know. I'm comfortable where I am. Like I'm happy with myself.
Diet is much more important. A lot of
Diet
people
is
spend
very
they spend a
important.
lot of time working out in the gym, but not very
True.
much on the diet.
Yes. Diet
It's more important, I would say.
was
Yeah.
100% more
Yeah.
important. I mean, I haven't worked out, and you saw I've lost so much weight just from
Mhm.
eating better.
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that's it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being available and
Thank
for
you
making
for
this
having
happen.
me.
Thank you
Really
guys very
appreciate
much
it.
for joining over there.
Yes.
Thank you, Brandon, for listening in.
Yeah.
Shout
And
out.
also,
Sorry, I was shouting out Brandon for listening in.
Shout out, Brandon.
shout out Brandon. And also, if you want to see the members edition, the full thing, click the join button. Really helps support the channel.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
See ya.